Hey, how's it going? My name's Noah Banks, and I'm in SPMA 3P25, and I'm here to talk today about the PSG and Geekvape new sports sponsorship opportunity that they've come to. So they've started a bit of controversy on July 23rd, 2021. In a press release, the football club PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, decided to unveil that they were partnering with Geekvape, which is a vaping lifestyle company with a one-year deal. And it's a bit of a controversial take, but I believe that this is an incredible step in the right direction into the future of a brand new sector that sports sponsorship has never seen before. And give way for other sports organizations to work with similar brands. So PSG, they want to be recognized as one of the top football clubs. In fact, the top football club in the world. Right now, they rank 8th in terms of their value at $2.5 billion, right behind Real Madrid, which is up at $5 billion, at about double what their worth is. And their quest to become this top football team in terms of value has started with their desire to go out and sign the best possible players like Lionel Messi, who they picked up a few years ago. And the Harvard Journal actually talks about their desire to want to be the top football brand on the pitch and in terms of value. It actually outlines a 5-year plan for them to become one of the top 3 football clubs in the world, and then hopefully beyond that become one of the top brands in the world. So they're trying to, with this Geekvape opportunity, they're trying to become the first sports organization into this untapped market. This is unprecedented territory for a sports organization. Nobody has ever tapped into a vaping company. And something similar that I looked at when I was doing some research was the Ottawa Senators of the NHL. They joined up with a organization that nobody had really worked with in the past called Skip the Dishes when they were an upstart company. And now that Skip the Dishes is a world internationally recognized brand, Ottawa is still benefiting from that partnership that they had, and now they work with the NHL and they work with all these different people, and the Ottawa Senators are still gaining a lot from that. So PSG is looking to do something similar here and not jump into an oversaturated market like they could have with something else. But it's been met with controversy. One of the biggest things that is feared with this is that they're marketing vaping products to young children and young adults. And the journal actually talks about an extensive relationship they have with youth and youth teams and youth leagues through their Paris Saint-Germain Foundation. But I don't think that this is as big of a deal as some might say, because products like this that aren't really geared towards children have been a part of sports for years. Actually, football and smoking go back 100 years. Back in the late 1800s, tobacco was a massive sponsor of football and even continued up sponsoring various teams and leagues, and even as recently as the 1972 FIFA World Cup. So it's had a huge connection among among football just with smoking. And although recently, I didn't write this one down, but I think it was in 2017. Yeah, 2017 for sure. In 2017, they actually banned, like, the FIFA, which is the global organizing brand, like the overseer of a lot of football, banned the use of tobacco as like a sponsorship product. So that's not a thing anymore. But even still, it goes further than that. Like, we're not wanting to market vaping products to children, but we are fine marketing alcohol, and alcohol has become a massive part of sports. Every team and league seems to have the official beer or the official drink of the game, and it's even become part of the culture of watching the game. You know, like, you sit down and you watch a hockey game and you've got the TV on with your whatever streaming service you have, because there's a million of them now that they're marketing towards you. But the one thing that's consistent with all of them is you have to have the official beer of the NHL, or you have to drink the official cooler of the NHL. You have to be sitting in your chair in your man cave and you have to be holding the beer of your team with your team's logo on it. Like, it's just a part of the game. And so when we talk about wanting to not market things that are out of reach for children, like alcohol, like tobacco, this has just been a part of sports for years. And actually, moving into the future, this is still a thing. You've seen sports betting take a massive leap into sports sponsorship. It feels like I can't watch a sporting event without being shown 10 different advertisements for 10 different sports books about this one's the best, and here's high profile actor, high profile athlete telling me that this is the best sports book, you have to bet with us. It's become part of the pregame, the postgame, during the games with commercials. And so what I would say to you, if you're saying, oh, well, we can't market vaping to children, I would say, well, we've been marketing controversial stuff in sports for years that's more geared towards adults, but we've been putting out there, marketing them towards adults. And of course, children are going to see, but as long as we make sure we tell them, like, we have good education around it and make sure that this isn't something that we're forcing onto children and don't overdo it, it should just be fine. Sorry, I'm just making sure I have my notes right. Yeah. One thing I wanted to talk about today is why would Geekvape want to work with PSG? Like, what does a vaping company get out of working with a top football brand? And so actually in the Harvard Journal that we looked at before, it mentions PSG's incredible social media presence, and that goes even further. They are a globally recognizable brand, one of the top teams, and so they're recognized. And so being able to have your product and put the PSG logo on it, and I see it in the store, and I'm a PSG fan, I want to get it. Or I'm watching a PSG game, and I'm thinking, oh, like, I'm seeing an advertisement, or I'm seeing something on the turf, or something in the boards, or an ad. Sorry, I had the low power thing come up on my phone. My bad. But I'm seeing like all these different advertisements for this vaping company, and now I'm a big fan of the team. I have to start supporting them that way. So I'm more inclined to go out and do that. So Geekvape is using PSG's massive influence in their brand with social media and with the TV and everything, trying to tap into that market. Sorry, I read that, sorry. They're trying to also use the likeness of the stars. So PSG is a massive brand. They have stars like Lionel Messi and Mbappe, who are two of the biggest football stars in the world right now, on the same team. And so if you have an advertisement where they're able to say, oh, yeah, no, like, my name's Messi. I don't think he speaks English, but if he's like, yeah, my name's Messi, and this vape right here, this is my favorite. Like, people are going to watch that. People are going to see Messi, and they're going to be Messi fans are going to want to use him. And so it's not just PSG fans they're hitting. It's that, oh, I don't necessarily watch PSG, but Messi's one of my favorite players, and I'm watching and I'm consuming content that he's a part of. So they're not only getting the brand, they're getting the player likeness and being able to use that with their marketing and with their advertisements, and just like promoting their brand. And then at the end of the day, I think PSG is doing this. This was the last point I just wanted to make. I think PSG is one of the top brands in the world for sports. So for them to take on a controversial topic and a controversial team like Geekvape, there must be just getting the biggest check you can see, because they would have gone with something a lot less controversial if all of the checks were kind of the same. So they must have got like an absolute bag for this. But anyway, my name is Noah Banks. I hope you had enjoyed listening to me talk. This was my PSG Geekvape sponsorship. Have a nice day, eh?